Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for round 2 in the first season of the 2020-21 Exhibition Series Nations Cup on Gran Turismo Sport. We are racing at Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa reverse for 13 laps, and we are going in for taking a one-make race by using the Mazda Roadster touring car. We'll be ready to go. Since we did good out there in the first round by using the Bugatti Veyron Group 4 at Autodrome Yamagiwa Grand Prix, was very challenging out there for taking 10 laps around the track. So I hope this is going to be pretty good for having an N200 category we'll be selecting. So I hope this one might have 5 vehicles I just purchased from the brand Central, so I hope this one might be very good to be commonly chances for having my own livery design to be fitted with Michelin tire stickers. So now I hope I could probably have to be ready to go by using the UDRS InSportTech livery we'll be selecting. So I bet this one might have 3 newest Total Drama liveries was the Total Drama World Tour variants, labeled to be known as Team Victory, Team Amazon, and Team Chris is really hot, was now to be shown as the debut. Well, I hope this one might have to be ready because the following items will be adjusted automatically based on the balance of performance regulation. So this will be a very good guess. The power and weight reduction ratio will be staying at 100%, will be going in to be requirements, so better make sure to do a lot of good practice before we will join in session. So before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. Here we go, folks. It's round 2 in season 1 of the 2020-21 Exhibition Series of the Nations Cup. So here we go. This is going to be a one-make race by using the Mazda Roadster touring car. Chuki Killer 767 is now taking first place, and here's Morning from Altria is now taking second place in the original yellow Roadster, and here's P-Ball 505 in third place. We'll be ready to go. And here's Joe Ruizinski is now taking fourth place with his very own custom livery, and here's Thirsty MND in 5th place, very good with his design. And here's No Canizio Pro is now taking 6th place, we'll be selecting to be ready to go. And here's EJ Skaters is now taking 7th place, and here's myself in 8th place for the UDRS InSportTech livery, we'll be ready to take the stage. And here's Racer Dude 217. Now this is going to be a pretty good Dragon Team livery on his Roadster. And here's Whoop Spain in 10th place, will be ready to go for the original livery. And here's Rain E in 11th place. The 12th place driver is Buck Nugget 62 for the 7-Up Team livery on his car. And here's Race Car 115 in 13th place. The 14th place driver is Immortal B687. He's about to be ready to go to get this party started. And here's King Pit Dog in 15th place. He's about to be ready to go by taking the live stream. And here's IRL Soja Mode is now taking 16th place. Timmy Yo 5 is now ready to go to be in 17th place. And here's El Gungui underscore 7677 in 18th place. Chutoy 007 is now taking 19th place. And for the last place driver is Curtis Boy. He's about to be the last driver who will be ready to go to take the best ways to be safe. So I hope this is going to be taking a grid start for the false start check just for the second time. I hope everybody will be ready to go for having 5 seconds to be on standby until we're about to be ready to hit the green light for go. Better make sure to get organized, so keep your foot on the brake because this is going to be having a best time out there for having a clean race. So here we go. Round 2 will be going underway. So good luck out there, folks. The race will be going on underway. Perfect launch will be coming in at turn 1, so better be ready. This is going to have to take some good action out there to get settled in. But things about to get a little bit more jumping in for it, so better have to take some exercise caution when we're in turn 1 of the first hairpin. Now coming in onto the second turn, we'll be going in onto the first chicane, and oh man, it looks like this is going to be getting a little bit more risky out there for Racer Dude 217. I hope Ninko Gentile Pro is now going to have to stay on in 8th place, so this one might have to leave onto the first sector. Now coming in onto sector 2, we'll be going forward to be at hairpin number 2. Just going to have to take a little bit more skill out there because we're about to be coming in onto the second chicane before just a moment before coming down onto the right corner turn. Here we go. This is going to be pretty great to see it. So better make sure get settled in to be quite very organized for having a good clean racing strategy. Better make sure to watch yourself. Don't get caught up on the penalty. That was definitely might be getting a little bit more setups before leaving in onto sector 2. Now moving on to sector 3, and here comes the right corner turn. This is definitely might be the only best ways whenever we had to be on the inside by using the apex. Well done out there everyone. So now we're about to be coming in onto sector 4. We'll be going down to the hill by taking the S-curves. We'll be doing some basic work. Just gonna have to try and maintain the pace. Oh boy, looks like Untitled Pro is now gonna have to try to keep himself under control. Better have to go on to the final turn. This is gonna be the opportunity for UDRS. We'll be making a good pass overtake. Just gonna have to take that full stretch after the final turn. So looks like this is going to be having the first lap. We'll be moving on to take lap number 2. Mornelfate is now going in by taking 2 minutes and 9 seconds. How brilliant to see what a perfect timing he made. He can probably have to take that good standard workout for it. I bet he could probably have to go faster to beat his lap time because the challenges was definitely might be where it's all started out. P-Ball 505 is now going in to take second place by having the offense push to catch up for only a first place Canadian driver. Morny Outmade is now going in to stay on the defense to be at turn 2 of the hairpin when they already made it in onto sector 2. So hold on, looks like Gran is now going in by taking the overtake at UDRS in Sportec. A blue Roadster original variant is now making a good clear pass before coming in to pass off onto Untitled Pro is now going in onto 8th place. Second chicane is on the way. Better have that apex whenever we need to. There you go. Looks like this is going to get a little bit more settled in. Just going to have to stay strong and catch up with the main opponents to be ongoing. Coming right back in onto sector 3, and looks like Joe Rudinsky is now going in onto second place after he overtake P-Ball 505 to be dropped down onto third place. Looks like this is going to be doing great out there to see how third and second place driver are about to be going in to take the chase to catch up to the first place driver in sector 4. Better have that S-curve. We'll be going in to stay safe. This is going to be the only lead to be coming in onto the final corner. That's more like it. This is going to be pretty good out there for having the spectator to see it. This is all about having a good clean racing technique or having a good basic workout. Just going to have to catch up onto the 9th place driver by taking the full stretch. And now we're about to be coming in to take the third lap after leaving forward to take the second lap. So this is going to be good to see how Mornepe Maltre is now going in to take 1 minute and 53.290 seconds by having a new record time. He did a pretty good job out there by having a fastest lap. That will might take everything for every GT players for having a good challenge. Just going to have to go over onto the first chicane after the first hairpin. It looks like this is going to be having EJ Skater X is now coming in by taking the offense push. UDRS will be ready to defend. Passing in onto the second hairpin before coming in onto sector 2. Looks like this is going to get a little bit more handling on the right turn. EJ Skater X is now moving on to take 10th place, while UDRS drops down onto 11th place. I hope I could probably have to make one struggle push to catch up onto him. This is going to get a little bit more slightly risk to take that chicane for the second part. The handling is going to get a little bit more risky, so better take exercise caution when we're in the second chicane. Going up onto the hill and move on to Sector 3. And Continental Pro is now going to have to take that defense while EJ Skater X is now going on the inside. UDRS got everything to be given a nice view out there to see how two drivers are about to be going in to be nearly towards having a side-by-side. But it's going to have to take some slipstream before coming down onto Sector 4. Okay, this is going to be the only way, and oh man, looks like this is going to get a little bit more tricky. Better have to keep a little bit monitor check out there by using the radar just to be in case. And here comes King Pit Doc is now coming in, folks. The live stream YouTuber could probably have to take some faster moments to see how he can catch up onto the current drivers, including myself. But it's going to have to take some few distance for only 10 seconds when I'm in 11th place. Race car 115 passes me onto the current position at the full stretch before moving on to take the 4th lap. Coming right back onto turn 1 at the hairpin. This is going to have some good braking points to be suitable whenever we have to stay safe and stay strong. We're only 4.8 seconds onto the gap distance behind on King Pit Dog, but this is going to have to take a while before he's about to be catching up onto my current position while racing in to catch up onto race car 115 in 11th place. Now here comes Sector 2 once again, and this is going to get a little bit more hairpin. Number 2 will be catching in. That will might take a current position will be on the overtake for UDRS. Gonna have to catch up onto Continental Pro in EJ Skater X in 9th and 10th place. Coming in onto the right turn onto the downhill section, so this will might take the 2nd chicane in. There we go, looks like we have a yellow flag signal just barely called in. It looks like Thirsty M&D just barely took a long recovery after a difficult turn onto the 2nd chicane. This is going to get a little bit more risky out there when we're in the reverse course layout, folks. The tough challenge is going to be very slightly difficult for the one-make race. Better have to keep a little bit more bonded control with the Mazda Roadster touring car. Coming in onto the last minute, it looks like Chuki Killer 767 is now going in onto 2nd place by the ropes along with Racer Dude 217 in 3rd place. Two drivers are definitely might be going on for the pursuit chase to catch up onto the 1st place driver. They are going faster for taking the offense and defense by taking the method strategy. I hope the 4th and 5th place driver could probably have to take some few strategies to catch up with two drivers. And here comes the full stretch once again. The spectators are cheering to see several drivers are about to be moving on to take lap number 5. This is going to be pretty good out there for having a nice race to be in the highlights. So hold on, looks like this is going to get a little bit more overtake pass on turn 1 up the hairpin. Bubs Spain is now going in to catch up with EJ Skater X is now moving on to take 7th place. This is going to have to take the 1st chicane to catch up on it. Looks like Continental Pro is now going in to take the offense to catch up onto Bubs Spain. Leaving onto Sector 1, now coming back in onto Sector 2 for taking the hairpin. Number 2 will be having the best parts. This is definitely might be getting a little bit more tricky to be having some slipstream out there, folks. And Continental Pro is now going in by having to push to be coming down onto the hill by the right corner before coming right back onto the 2nd chicane. I hope this is definitely might be safe and sound on it. Stay stabilized, and looks like this is going to take a one short recovery to see how the 9th place driver will be slowing down to be regain some racing skill control. I hope I can probably make one good pass. This is going to be doing well onto Sector 3. That's the ticket. Now moving on to 9th place for UDRS in Sport Tech of the Mazda Roadster touring car will be pressed forward. Looks like I got the upper hand, but it still takes a few more laps to go before coming in onto the first part of the halfway mark. Passes in onto Sector 4, just going to have to go down the hill onto the S-curves, we'll be doing sideways. Passing in onto the final corner. I hope I could probably have to see EJ Skater X in Whoops Main is now coming in. This is going to be taking a one close slipstream before it catches up onto the 6th place driver. And now they're about to be coming in by taking the full straightaway before proceed forward to take the 6th lap. But hold on, Continental Pro is now going in by having a left side lane by having the overtake. Looks like this is going to be having the first hairpin will be passing in, folks. And hold on, looks like race car 115 is passing me onto the inside. This is definitely might be getting closer out there. Race car 115 passes in to catch up onto Incontinental Pro. We'll be going in onto the first chicane. That was definitely might be the only clean racing skill average to see how tougher skill drivers could probably have to go faster in Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa in the reverse course layout. That was definitely might be pretty good skill average to see how race car 115 can push it to the limit. I bet he could probably have to catch up into Incontinental Pro. We'll be going in to have a good position to be in number 9. So looks like this is going to get a little bit more loosen up on it. And now it looks like Thirsty M&D is now going forward by taking the sideways by having the right lane. I guess I got him on sight. This is going to get a little bit more risky in Sector 3. Gonna have to push in. Looks like he's going on the inside. UTRS takes the outside, and this will might have some good excellent chase out there. The spectators really love to see how UTRS could probably have to take the chase on Thirsty M&D in 11th place. Now coming down onto Sector 4, it's going to get a little bit more fierce struggle. We'll be coming in by the ropes. It's going to get a little bit harder out there before passing in onto the final turn. Just going to have to take the inside position. Looks like this is going to get a little bit more same thing to do. Now here comes the slipstream progress, folks. This is going to get a lot of good acceleration. We'll be coming in. And here comes lap number 7. We'll be on the way for taking the second halfway mark. And it's going to be a 4-car lineup to see how they can do it. Almost there. Just going to have to pull the first chicane. Just going to have to be strategized to see how I can do it. Gets a little bit more harder out there to catch up with 3 stronger opponents. And here comes Sector 2 once again. This is going to have to take the second hairpin. We'll be moving forward by having the inside position. Everything goes faster by taking the good progress. Going down the hill once again, and looks like this is going to be doing great out there to see how the 9th place could probably have to keep it up. Oh man, looks like there it goes, folks. Looks like EJ Skater X just barely lost control after the second chicane. This is definitely might have that instant replay to take a good look. This is going to be pretty intense. He almost had that chance. EJ Skater X just barely almost had that chance for having a good mobility balance in his Mazda Roadster touring car. The one-make race just very went challenging to be in the second round in the 2020-21 Exhibition Series. This is all about taking a lot of tough exercise caution whenever we have to go basic into an advanced racing workout whenever we... Oh man, it looks like there it goes. Looks like race car 115 just barely lost control of it, and now Thirsty M&D just took a single hit by having a little bit more trade paint on it. This is going to be pretty intense. Race car 115 just barely lost control because that was definitely might be pretty hard to take. I cannot believe it. He just almost barely had that chance, and now Thirsty M&D just barely survived that kind of a small collision. That was definitely might have that penalty to be well detected on this moment, folks. That is seriously intense during this kind of an online competition race. No matter how it does, but it is going to be pretty hard to deal with the most strongest offense opponent out there in Gran Turismo sports. So I mean, that was definitely might be giving a lot of best chances out there to see how race car 115 could probably have to keep going until he dropped down onto a different position. So now UTRS will be taking the position to avenge race car 115's current position. Will be moving forward. So I hope I could probably have to catch up onto Thirsty M&D. We'll be pressing on to catch up onto 8th place. 9th place for UTRS is going to have to take a little bit more stronger skill out there for taking the chicane for the second part. So it looks like Incognito Pro is now taking the recovery after the second chicane. Now moving on to Sector 3. So this one might have that good overtake pass out there, but this is going to have to take that right turn. We'll be going in by the inside. Looks like this one might take that good upper hand skills to catch him up. All I can see, 6th and 5th place driver is now going in onto Sector 4. Looks like things about to get a little bit more crowded here. Just gonna have to stay strong and, oh man, I have no choice. Gonna have to stay slow and be very careful. Looks like Curtis Boyce is now passing me, and here's Rain Ellie is now going in. Man, looks like this is definitely might be pretty difficult if I try to survive on to Sector 4. This is definitely might be the only important risk whenever we had to try and slow down whenever we had to go faster. Now here we go. This is going to be having the 9th lap. We'll be on the way, folks. This is going to have to take only 3 cars. We'll be catching up to take the battle for 7th place. Curtis Boyce could probably have to take the chance by having a 1 small turn recovery. But I bet he's lucky could probably have to take the last place. We'll be going in by the start. Let's give Curtis Boyce some good support. I hope he can probably have to catch up with 2 drivers between the 7th and 8th place. Now it goes by in Sector 2. This is going to have to take for only 2 original liveries. We'll be taking on with 2 custom liveries by having a good value cooperation. I hope this is going to be doing great out there to see how the Roadsters could probably take some good challenges by having a good lack of endurance without taking a single pit stop. Just going to have to slow down, have that chicane to be well exercised caution. Coming in for the last minute onto the top 3 drivers, Chuki Killer 767 is now taking the lead. Racer Dude 217 is now taking 2nd place, and Joe Rudinsky is now going in onto 3rd place. 3 American racers could probably have to make their way for having the top 3 finish. I bet Chuki Killer 767 could probably make his way to victory. He can probably take it all until making his way for the next lap. We'll be taking 3 more laps to go. So now currently we're having 4 more to go for every ongoing drivers out there whenever we had to try to do our best. Just gonna have to keep passing in. I hope Curtis Boyce could probably have to stay strong to catch up onto Continental pole. And we have 1 driver is going into the pits, is P-Ball 505. He's about to change up onto the tires. We'll be staying onto the Sports Soft compound tires to be recommendable if he needs to have more duration to be well hauled. Only 3 more laps to go. This race will be over soon to see how the top 3 drivers will be catching up when they already made it in onto Sector 2 at hairpin number 2. Just gonna have to keep focusing in. Curtis Boyce will be taking the offense push out there to catch up onto the 7th and 6th place driver. Now they already made it in onto the 2nd sector, and looks like Love Spain is now closing in. Looks like I got him on sight on the radar, so looks like the original blue Roadster could probably take on with UTRS before coming down onto the hill by taking the 2nd chicane. He's taking a different lane. Looks like this is going to get a little bit more tricky out there. Better drive to survive. Love Spain just barely made the overtake pass, and UTRS just barely took a position drop down onto 10th place. Now, moving on to Sector 3, we'll be coming right back in onto the right corner turn. We'll be doing some suitable position to be staying on the inside. But everybody is still trying to make their hard time out there to be more in LP Maltrade, to be having his current lap time to be well taken. So this is going to be a pretty difficult challenge to beat 1 minute and 53.176 seconds for having the Mazda Roadster touring car in the 1-make race category. But it's going to be taking a little bit more faster skill out there by taking any possible to go on for taking 1 pit stop will be available. If possible, that every racer could probably have to do it. Challenges will be suitable to be well made. Now coming in onto the 11th lap, this is going to get a little bit more harder out there for only 2 more laps to go. This is going to be taking turn 1 of the first hairpin. Better make sure to keep a good eye out. If any drivers could probably make a mistake, a yellow flag signal will be calling out by any important notice. We'll be taking some good guideline signal. 4 drivers have already made it in to take this first chicane. Now coming in to leave in Sector 1, now coming in onto Sector 2 at the 2nd hairpin. This is going to get a little bit more smooth tricky out there to see how every skilled racers can do it. Well, Spain could probably have to catch up onto Curtis Boyce, and looks like this is definitely might be having a little bit more push out there. So now he is moving on to take 7th place by overtaking Intel Pro, who will be going in onto 8th place. Well, Spain is still taking 9th place, and they already made it in onto the second chicane. This is going to get a little bit more tricky on the wrist. Oh no, looks like Incontinental Pro is barely almost getting off the track, and now he's coming right back in onto the tarmac. That will might bring the opportunity, but while Spain will be moving forward to take sector 3 at the right turn corner. This is going to get a little bit more pass out there. So it looks like Incontinental Pro is going to have to take on for having the chase to be reached up on going. And looks like P-Ball 505 is now going in to catch up onto my current position. Already made it in onto sector 4. We'll be coming down to the hill by taking the S-curves by doing the basic corner workout. Pretty good, excellent right corner to be going in onto the final turn. But this is going to get a little bit more full stretch out there. We'll be moving on to take the 11th lap at the end. And here comes lap number 12, folks. The top 3 drivers will be going in, and Racer Dude 217 is now in the lead by taking the last minute. Chuki Killer 767 is now taking 2nd place, and still ongoing for the 3rd place driver, Joe Rudinsky is now going in to take the defense by having the ongoing. P-Paul 505 is now taking the overtake onto the first hairpin. UTRS will be taking the struggle push, will be ongoing. First chicane is going to get a little bit more suitable by having a little bit more open space. Just going to have to stay strong out there. Sector 2 comes back onto the second hairpin. Better have to make that good suitable inside turn. And P-Ball 505 is taking the full throttle by taking some open advantage, while UTRS stays on in 10th place. Luckily, this is going to have to take a lot of good skills out there for coming in onto the second chicane. Just going to have to go in. It looks like Immortal B687 and King Pit Dog is now coming in. So it looks like we have the 13 and 14th place driver who will be taking the chase as well. So now this is going to get a little bit more closer there to be reached up towards the final lap for the top 3 drivers. They already made it in onto sector 4. So now the final corner will be coming in for Racer Dude 217. Chuki Killer 767 could probably have to keep it up, but it was definitely might be pretty ongoing out there for having 2 drivers for having the battle for first place. I hope this is going to be pretty good to take one final showdown out there in the second round. And here it comes, the final lap for the first and second place driver. Let's do this and see how everybody could probably make a good support to be rooting for. I bet Racer Dude 217 could probably have to reach it up for the win. And looks like, hold the phone. Morin Elliott Outgrade is now going in to take 3rd place by having a compact. This is going to be pretty good out there to see how a single Canadian driver could probably have to reach it up by having his fastest lap out there whenever he has to take. Hold on, looks like this is going to be a little bit problem out there, and oh man, Curtis Boyce just barely almost had that chance after the first hairpin. That one might take the opportunity pass for UTRS will be fouling to avenge its rightful position. P-Ball 505 is still going on to be in 8th place. Thirsty MND is now going to have to stay strong and concentrated to be in 7th place. This is going to be pretty good out there to see how the top 3 drivers can probably have to make it. They already left sector 2. Now they already made it in onto sector 3. Come on, Racer Dude 217, you can do it. Go for the win. Go for the win, Racer Dude 217. You can probably make your way onto the podium. This is going to be doing great out there for having the right turn to be in sector 3. Now they're about to be leaving on the 3rd sector. Now coming in onto sector 4. Make your way to be going down onto the hill. This is going to get a little bit more chances out there for Chuki Killer 767. This is going to get one last chance. And now this is going to be doing great to see the final corner. This is going to be their one last turn, and then the final stretch will be on the way, and it's going to get a little bit more far out there for only 25 minutes since the race began. And here it comes, folks. Looks like Racer Dude 217 is going forward to be having the first place finish at the podium. this is going to be pretty good out there. And oh, looks like we have two drivers have already reached the finish line. Racer Dude 217 takes the win in the second round in Season 1 of the 2020-21 Exhibition Series Nations Cup. That was the most epic race out there, folks. That was the most epic race out there to see it. What and the most brilliant moment out there to see how two drivers can almost take that chance by having a tiebreaker. And there you have it. Looks like this is going to be a pretty close call out there to see it. And looks like Curtis Boyd just barely passing me onto 9th place by crossing the finish line. But that was definitely might be pretty excellent by having a good total time by 25 minutes. Good job out there, Racer Dude 217. You did great. And good job, Chuki Killer 767. You almost had that chance by having a chance of doing a tiebreaker, but that was definitely so close to call. Now everybody did pretty good job out there, so that was definitely might be a pretty good race for tonight, but that was definitely might be having a good clean race opportunity. So I guess that was definitely might be pretty challenging for having the second round for only 25 minutes since the start of the race. Just gonna have to wait for only two drivers left, but Nugget 62 and IRL Soja Mode is now going in to be reached up towards the finish line, so I hope this is going to be having one more remaining, and that's how the time's over, and that we might have the results to be confirmed. Well, that was a pretty good progress for having a clean race. Every time to be going right back onto square one, so it just definitely might be pretty good to be remarkable to be part of the racing highlights, to be given a good record. 104,400 credits to be well earned for having a 10th place driver, so this is definitely might be pretty well achieved by having a good increased distance mileage. Everything is going great to have the second time for the One Make race to be part in the first season of the Nations Cup. But that was fun and super awesome out there, so better make sure to subscribe to his second YouTube channel, Racer Dude 217, if you really want to support him. That's the only way to have a YouTuber will be well featured as a guest appearance. So good thing this one might have to go over to congratulations to two drivers for having a good win. Great job, you two. You did perfectly best out there for having the Mazda Roadster touring car. Will be taking a lot of good challenge for every 13 laps around in Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa to be in the reverse course layout. So I bet that was definitely might be pretty good moments to be part of the racing highlights. The second round is finished and we're about to get ready to go to take on the third round in the next race. Is going to be at Red Bull Ring for the Group 2 category. Super GT 500 will be ready to take on the Austrian racing circuit. Things about to go fast and challenging onto the corners. Alright folks, I hope you really enjoyed watching the race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. Livery blog videos are available to watch anytime you want. This will be the entertainment showcase about different cars with liveries I have made. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in the 2020-21 Exhibition Series Nations Cup on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.